Knee of vengeance, the person's grabbing you for a double hand choke. It can be, all these chokes are going to be the same way. They can either be just somebody grabbing your collar or reaching and choking my throat. So he can put his wrist, wrap your hands around my throat. So it could be a throat grab, or it can be a lapel grab or something like that. When you grab, if they have a shirt on, you're going to grab, and it's going to be with all the self-defenses through the entire system. When you grab, you can either grab if they have a shirt, you can pull down like this, or you can grab and put your thumb inside of their elbow and their bottom of your hand right there, and as you pull down, it's a pressure point there, so it pulls them down, so you get the same effect. So either you can go this way or you can go here. So let's say if this guy's got, he doesn't have a shirt on, so you'd say, well, how would I do the defense? How would the self-defense work if I learned it with the sleeves? Okay, well, this is how it would work if you learn it with the sleeves. Don't just grab like this, because what's going to happen is, let's say this guy is slippery, he's wet, sweaty, or whatever, your hand's just going to slip off. You need to grab and get your thumb inside of here on the inside of his elbow, and that's how you pull down. And as you get further through the system and you get closer to black belt, we'll talk about tiger claws. And it's the same thing as with me using my tiger claws. I'm pulling down. So that's how you do it. For knee of vengeance, we're going to pull him down here, pull him into a knee, right into the sternum, or you can hit him into the groin. Stomp on his foot. This isn't to cause foot pain. This is merely just to hold him there as I crack him with an elbow to the side of the temple or to the base of the skull here. And that's where your point, that's where you want to hit. Do not try to just elbow him and crack him in the cheek. That's not going to really do as much effect as if you're hitting him in the temple or into the base of the skull. And what I mean is the temple, cracking the elbow here or cracking here on the base of the skull. And you want to hit with the actual elbow itself. You want to use the bone. So once again, knee of vengeance. All right, next one is sumo. Now, let's suppose the guy is going to reach in and I'm able to stop him before he reaches in. So I'm going to knock his hands down. The way you're going to knock the hands down is, come back over here, put the hands up again. When you come up, you want your, can you come over this way so you can see? You want your hands to scoop inside of his hands like this. So not pushing with the fingers down. I see this a lot of times as techniques that will not work. Because if I'm trying to choke you and I'm reaching in real hard to choke you, and you do this, I'm going to get through there and I'm going to have a successful choke on you. We're going to have to move on to the next self-defense. You want your hands, you want your wrist right here to go into his bone here, and that's where you want to bring that out. So that's how you want to get those out. So when he reaches in, and I come up here, I want these hands to come here, and I want my bones to go against his bones, my wrist bones to go against his wrist bones or his arm bones to knock his hands down. I'm going to step in and put an elbow to his chin, a hammer fist to his groin, and a side kick on my way out. Okay, once again, sumo. Next one is Japanese stranglehold. When the person's trying to choke you, the last thing you want them to do is go ahead and grab. Is you don't want them to be able to lock these two hands together. So when he brings, so start to grab again. So as his hand comes around, once this gets in here, I'm in danger. I'm going to have to move on to something different. But if I can avoid to getting these two hands to lock it in, from them to lock in, then that's going to be better chance of survival. So as he's reaching around, so go ahead, reach around. Once I see that hand, I want to step out, hit him with an elbow into the solar plex, hammer fist in the groin. You don't have to look for this. You can feel it right there. Step around, turn, and palm strike to the chin to knock him down. Okay, let's do it again. All right, headlock. Guys, give me a headlock. We changed this version slightly, a little bit. When you reach in, you grab, you need to turn your head. So can you bring the camera down to the angle lower? Whenever somebody's choking you in a headlock, the last thing you want them to do is to cut that windpipe off. In other words, he wants to take the blade of his arm right here, and he wants to come up against my windpipe, and he wants to pull up. Go ahead and pull up. Jesus, don't break my Okay, all right. So when that happens, what I want to do is when he gets to this position, I want to turn and tuck my chin down. Do it again. Okay, I'm going to feel discomfort here, but that's not going to choke me out. I can survive this. Okay, I can survive this. So I want to put my hand in here to secure that, to try to loosen his grip a little bit. But as I do, I want to strike him in the groin right here. So I'm going to bring the hand straight up from behind. Boom, there's my groin strike here. Then I'm going to reach up, grab his hair grab his ear, hook an eye, hook his nose, pull whatever I need to pull back as I pull back here and come around through and palm strike. And that's going to send him down to the ground there. Okay? That's what you get for choking me. All right, ready? One more time. You go here, turn, pull down, strike him here, pull back. Okay. Grasping talon. Okay, so let's say somebody, we covered the first two wrist locks. Now we're going to move into another wrist lock situation. The first two, obviously, like we talked about before, Hapkido 1 comes up, Hapkido 2 comes down. Now, this one, we're going to shoot out to the side. So it's a different way of going. It's another break from, go ahead and grab. It's another break from this. Okay, this is what we want to break through. So as I'm going to step towards him that way, I'm going to send his hand that way across his body here. I'm going to come through and strike his wrist, pull back, and punch him in the ribs. That's not the end of the technique. That's only the beginning of what we're going to be, the damage that we're going to be doing on this guy. So once you hit him here, you can continue to punch him here, come across here, elbow, do whatever else you need to do to him. But as for grasping talon, where we're going here, guy grabs, step here. Okay, with passing horizon, this one is for an arm bar from behind, hammer lock I mean. So somebody, see how you just grab my hand? If you grab with the other hand, grab with the other hand. You're going to have to go into a completely different self-defense. It's not the same as doing it with the same hand. So go ahead, grab with the correct hand. This way everybody understands how they're grabbing. Make sure that you're grabbing over top so that you're pulling. So what he wants to do is he wants to yank my arm up. So pull my arm up. That's what he wants to do. Here's what the self-defense is calling for. Here, turn around. I'm grabbing his arm, and then I'm going to put my hand behind his neck, and I'm choking him here. Now this is like more of a hostage type situation, so if somebody's shooting at me or whatever, and I need to make an escape or whatever, this is how I'm going to grab this guy. I can get him here like this, and this will help protect me so I can see. And this is, so when we're demonstrating the self-defense for this, don't think of, oh, this is just for like some kind of a wrestling arm bar type thing. Think of it as like almost a setup of a hostage situation. So if he grabs my arm here, before he reaches to get the other arm around, I want to step back. I want to crack him in the with an elbow to the head. Now watch what I do here. I don't step far out like this and try to reach back. I want to step. I want to be on his body as much as possible and leave no room for error here. So when I come back here, boom, I'm coming right up on top of him here. I'm going to counter grab his hand. So I'm keeping his hand. Make a big circle with your arm as you bring it over. Grab underneath and underneath here. Step back so that you're putting arm bar on him and kick him in his face right here. Okay, so that's where you want to go. Okay, now for safety purposes in here in the school, we kick to the stomach, and the attacker will hold his hand up so that way I can make a kick and not hit him in his face. But in reality, I want you to knock his block off. Okay, so let's do it one more time. Guy grabs, step back, hit, come around here, circle. Kimono grab. Once again, it's for that same grab where somebody's grabbing you here. It could be for a choke, or it can be a double lapel grab like this. You're going to reach over top of both his arms. As you reach over top of both his arms, you're going to get a good grip on his wrist, and you're going to step back with that same foot, same hand. So that same side, same foot, same hand. Don't step back with the opposite foot. It won't work. You need the same foot, same hand to step back. This way I've got the maximum reach with this other hand here. Okay? Because if I go the other way, I step back here, then I won't have as much reach. So I need to step back with the same foot, same hand. He just gives me all that reach. So what I want to do is I'm going to keep his arms locked and pinned. I'm going to come up underneath. I want to hit behind his elbows. Not up here near the forearms, but back here near the tricep. So I want to press down and come up. This is going to be a down motion. That's going to be up. So you're going to go like this. This type of lever you're going to make. What you want to do is you want to hyperextend his elbows. Strike here. Now you're going to come back over top. You're going to give him some relief and bring his arms down. Knife hand strike him in the throat. Elbow him in the chin or into the temple. Hammer fist to his groin and kick on your way out. Okay, so when we're doing this one, grab. Here's a common mistake that can happen in a real life situation. You do this flow. You do that. By that time, that guy's going to yank you right up out of your seat, and he's going to do whatever, he's going to throw you or whatever hell he's about to do to you. you don't really have a whole lot of time to set. Once this happens, your setup, your execution needs to be swift and fast. So go ahead and grab. There's your strike right there. Boom. Here. Down. Okay, you're going to have to be fast on that, because if that guy grabs, go ahead and grab, and you take too much time, he's already going to know something's up. So you need to make this all simultaneously. Strike. Come up over top, knock those down, chop there. That's probably pretty much going to end him, but it doesn't matter because you're going to get that recoil. So once you make this strike here, his head's going to go that way. Skeletal control. You're going to recoil, come back over this way, hit him low, and then bam, you're on your way out of there. Next one is the lever. So grab. So this one can be for a guy who's walking up, grabbing another guy like this, you know, saying whatever and threatening him and grabbing him here. Or it can be for a woman who's having, some of the guys grabbing her breast, go ahead, grab my breast. It's down here, okay? It could be for a woman who's getting her breast grabbed, okay? Same thing, all you gotta do is you're gonna counter grab the hand here, you're gonna step back with this foot here and make that strike right there. And what you're gonna do is come up behind that elbow. So it could be for a breast grab on a woman, because most likely a guy isn't gonna come up to a woman and grab her and do this and shake his fist at her. What's going to happen, so the techniques doesn't really, you say for a woman, how does that technique apply to me? Well, for you as a woman, it applies to you for the breast grab. So if it's a grab the lapel. If it's a guy, here, I'm going to step back and break the arm. The same thing, same technique would apply if it's a girl who's getting a breast grab. You put your hand over top of his hand. He's probably thinking at this point, oh, well good, she likes it, she's into it. But really what you're doing is you're setting him up for failure. You step back, you're snapping that arm. So once you come here and you snap the arm, drive the arm down, boom, there's your strike to the throat. Let's do it now. Do the lower power grab. Step back, strike, down, strike's gonna come up to the throat. Eagle's beak. Everybody loves eagle's beak. It's everybody's favorite in the class. So same thing, same principle. You're going to counter grab, you're going to step back, just like you did before, remember, same, so that I got the maximum reach with this arm. I'm going to come up underneath with, okay, middle knuckle, just like that. See how I'm making that? So how do we make that? Okay, we know we ball a fist up like this and come here. Well, basically what you're going to do is leave the one knuckle up here, bring those all in, push that in just like that. So this will lock this in place. It'll lock that knuckle in place. And trust me when I tell you, it hurts like hell. Okay, so you can come up, you're going to strike the radial nerve right from underneath here, and you're going to come straight in, you're going to hit the ribs just like this. And this is a really good one to do if you want to show a friend of yours, oh look, I'm learning martial arts, you want to see something that's really cool? And say, I won't hurt you very much, step back, boom, strike, just like that. The last one, aiming a spear. Aiming the spear is for a push, so a guy's going to give me a push. Now, go with the push. Do not do this. Go ahead and make a push. Don't do that. You need to go with the push. So when the push happens, opens up the gate for this hand here. Okay, so all he's done is I've accepted the push. My palm strike comes right up to his chin. I'm going to come right back in with a half fist to the throat here. This hand, you can see, it's already chambered into a palm strike here. I'm going to come up with a palm strike right up into the solar plex right here. Okay, so let's break this down one more time. He pushes, I step back, I accept the push, I do a palm strike to his chin, half fist to his throat because that's what's open, and then hit him in the solar plex here. Okay, now we'll do a full speed. Ready?